In May of 2014, a doctor gave J.J. Hanson just 4 months before brain cancer would end his life. But J.J. sought a second, then a third doctor's opinion and chose to fight on. The former Marine, who has a wife and young son, is now in remission. J.J. Hanson has publicly stepped forward as a leader in the fight against assisted suicide in New York State.
I was told that I had 4 months to live, and I was told by a doctor. Now, I had the ability. I was fortunate to have the ability, and I had a lot of people on my support network fighting for me to go out and get a second and a third opinion. Where this is legal, assisted suicide is legal, places like Oregon and Washington, Vermont, you have a similar type of situation for most people who are going through this type of fight. They have the ability to go out and get a second and a third opinion. When you look at places like California, you look at places like New York, where you have a low-income population, where you have a population that does not have the same capability or the healthcare support that I might have, or that others might have who think that they should have this opportunity, they don't have a choice. For them, it's not an issue of choice or not choice. It's not an issue of taking a look at what they think is best. They're basically told, this is your diagnosis, and here are your suicide pills, here's assisted suicide, and this is all you have. They can't go out and fight. And that creates a great dilemma for them, because it takes away their ability to fight against a terminal illness.
J.J. says he himself could have made the choice to end his life had it been legally available.
I was diagnosed in May of 2014. September of 2014, several months later, I was going through a very difficult part. Physically, I was under a lot of pain. I was going through a difficult part of the fight. The clinical drugs were very difficult for me to endure. Additionally, my personal life and my family life were also very difficult for me. So I was in a state of depression. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that at that point, I was not in the correct place to be making that ultimate decision of whether I should be taking these pills or not taking these pills. I was deeply depressed. However, I could have had those pills right next to me in my bedstand. And that thought, I can't say that thought didn't go through my mind. Should I be living, or should I just give up? Should I just take away this pain? And that was one of the main issues. It was quite soon after that I got involved in this issue, is because I looked at it and I said, wow, this is really a dangerous change. It's a dangerous change in our society, because once someone makes that decision or that perceived choice, you can't undo that.
J.J. also believes the choice of some to end their lives will reduce the resources available for life-sustaining research.
When you give the alternative, or not the alternative, but you provide assisted suicide as the only available option for you, then people are going to say, well, I don't have a choice in this matter. I can't live. They gave me a 4-month prognosis to live. Well, I'm going to choose the assisted suicide because that's the only choice I have. So instead of them fighting it and going for a clinical trial, they're removing themselves from this opportunity to survive. So there's going to be less resources that are dedicated to providing research in these types of terminal illnesses. There's going to be less doctors going towards that research component for this type of terminal illness, because there's no one left in it. Those numbers are reduced. So you can't compete. You can't get those resources. Assisted suicide is something that can be quite dangerous for the community that's trying to survive, for patients that want to live, and something that we need to work together to fight against, so that people who want to survive and want to live are not forced to death.
Reporting for Currents, I'm Konrad Aderer.